So it's looking like they actually had a wallpaper under previously.
Give me a happy face.
All right, welcome back, guys. Today we're gonna be working on wallpaper. We both don't really have a lot of experience in this part of housing. Never really experienced.
Well, one time, like 10 years ago.
My brother had moved into a house that had wallpaper, and that was not very much of a fun project.
And it was one bathroom.
It was one bathroom. I think it was more like just borders here or something like that. So we're kind of just learning as we're going. So we found some little tips and tricks online. We already kind of got started a little bit on this wall here.
So the first, I guess, thing, right, is we got this little cutter wheel.
Tool.
So this little cutter wheel, basically, you know, you just scroll on the wall and it puts these random little perforated holes in the wallpaper. And then from there, we're trying a mixture of water and fabric softener. I think it's 1-to-1. And so basically what this guy does is puts those holes in. You douse the wall down with this mixture or whatever. They have like a remover solution too that you could get, or I think you can use vinegar and water. There's a bunch of different options online, but we went with this because it probably smells the best, I guess.
Yeah.
So we sprayed down. There's little sections of wallpaper. I don't know if you can see them or not, but we started with this side here. We put the perforated holes in, sprayed it down, let it sit for a few minutes, and we peeled the paper off. And the top layer came out good, but there's like another lower layer of paper. So what we tried next on this next section, this is like our test room, by the way. So on this next section, we sprayed this whole area after we put the perforated holes, let it soak for a little bit longer, and then I tried peeling off the corner side there. Same thing. So I sprayed it a second time after removing the paper on this section, and that seemed to do the best. I sprayed this middle part twice before removing the paper because I thought, you know, maybe if you just sprayed it twice, it would soak in more, but it didn't really do anything.
Yeah,
So, and I'm guessing it's probably different for everybody's house, but I think that's what you're going to focus on today, right?
Yes, that's what we're working on today.
So we'll probably clean up this room first since we started it, and then move down. Maybe we'll move into the bedrooms just because those have to be done soonest.
Yeah.
We're trying to get this done so we can texture the walls early next week, and then paint these rooms. And then also put some lights in these rooms.
Yeah,
and
lots
we're
of
getting,
things to do.
Yeah,
a little time.
And we're getting carpet in like 9 days, I think.
Yeah.
So
we're gonna get to it.
Yeah, we got a lot of work to do. So
we'll check back in with you guys.
Yep. So while you're working on that in there, I think we're gonna also continue with the lighting, right? So we'll move into the master first probably. I think the plan in here is we're gonna take this down and move it. Is that what we're gonna do?
Yeah, to the garbage.
Maybe we'll install a another bracket in the ceiling because we do have access in this room. so we could put another bracket maybe in the middle of the ceiling for the fan.
It's a little strangely over to the right.
Yeah,
Not sure
well,
why.
Like the doorway, that's what's kind of weird.
Yeah, we'll have a TV hanging
It's
here.
hard to tell in video, but the room is like way back here, and then you got that fan right by the bedroom door. So we're gonna probably move that, like I said, over here if we can. I'm gonna look in the attic, and then I'm gonna put 6 lights in here. So I'll just, I guess, work on that while you're chipping away in there.
Sounds good. So we just went ahead and applied our new product. And we were wondering, I started peeling it off and I was realizing that it seemed like really thick, and we were kind of trying to figure out why, like if it was just like a really thick paper. So it's looking like they actually had a wallpaper under previously, whether it was those owners or different owners. And it looks like they just put this one on top of it. So now we have 2 wallpapers we have to get off of this wall. So that'll be a little bit of a challenge. It seems like so far, it's kind of seeming easier,
might actually
right?
help,
Because
right?
it's like, it's kind of, seems
It's
like
thicker.
it's easier to pull it off.
The only thing is it doesn't seem like it's
leaving us
penetrating.
with this on the bottom, so that might be a little more challenging to get off. I'm not quite sure, so I'll just focus on getting this top layer off for now. These 2 little layers that you can tell along the line here that there's different wallpapers here.
Yeah.
And then I guess we'll just go ahead and spray some more of that stuff on this brown paper on the bottom, and hopefully that comes off smooth. So far this product seems to be pulling the stuff out really well. So
Yeah,
we just kind of got started, so we'll see.
Fingers crossed. All right. All right, so just a midday update for you guys. We're soaking wet and we're now not hungry anymore. We just ate lunch. But before that, we started patching these holes in the ceiling. We just put back the old pieces of sheetrock because we have holes like in random spots all over the house, and we're just gonna mix up some mud and go through and do all those once through so that we can finalize those bedrooms. But while we're doing that, we got a delivery, which is all this LVP, whatever, luxury vinyl flooring. We just went through a local flooring place that we have here. He said inside this is like what do you say, like a concrete powder. I don't know. It's supposed to be really good.
Pretty durable, really heavy.
Seems to be durable, yeah. It's waterproof. Obviously, it's soaking wet.
Pretty excited it's here. I like the color.
And we got a ton of it. I don't know if you can get a big shot of that. But man, we got enough pretty much to do all the downstairs and then the bedrooms. And then we got like some nice trim for the stair noses and all that stuff. So let's go back over here.
My dog get tripped by the dog.
So we got this wall textured. That's actually drying pretty quickly.
So hoping to paint soon.
Yeah, we're gonna try to paint it today. So that came out pretty good. I'm like known for like not being the best texture, so glad it came out as good as it did. It seems to kind of match the rest of the walls, I think, right?
Yep, I think so. Looking good.
I was jumping around. So let's go over to the other room here and see where you're at.
Still hating wallpaper, more than I did before.
You're almost done. Almost done. Still got a little bit left, but I think you're gonna try to knock that out because once we do the other piece of the drywall was, we were hoping to kind of just take a little bit and put it over these like spots like this, where it's all this like torn up paper, just to kind of help seal that up. But aside from that, I don't even know if that's like what we're supposed to do with that. That's our plan.
That's what we're doing.
Like,
so
yeah, we're trying to make the wall a little more even. But aside from that, I think that's all we're just gonna keep chipping away on, right?
Yep, keep on, keep it on.
Let's keep going. All right, we got it done. Sort of.
Very torturing.
Pretty much done, right? So we got a lot of this cleaned off. Took way longer than expected. There's still a ton of loose stuff, but we're gonna just let this, I think we're gonna let it dry overnight because there's still some of like that dampness from the spray we've been using. Let it dry, come back tomorrow morning, we'll scrape all the loose stuff off, but for now,
Clean up our mess.
I think we're gonna clean up our mess in here, and then we're gonna go back into this room. I got stuff stuck to my shoe.
Yeah, it's the paper. Can't escape it.
This is pretty much dry now, this texture. It's a little wet in a couple spots, but I think it's good enough. So we're gonna clean up in here. There's a little bit of tack strip left on the floor. We're gonna get that off the floor and then scrape the floor real fast. And then we're gonna paint this room, hopefully tonight. That's the goal, is to paint it tonight. So that tomorrow, this room will be done, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
Yep.
so this room will be done. And then be ready for carpet.
Coming in a few
couple
days.
And then tomorrow we'll continue with the texture in those other two rooms. Oh, we should probably put a little bit of drywall tonight too, and on
Oh, yes,
a little
that
bit
can
of mud
dry.
on those patches. But aside from that, that's what we'll do. Yeah, let's go. task of the day, or final set of tasks. The wallpaper stuff is finally like done upstairs, I think. We got, what else? Tack strip is out mostly. Chantel's still like pulling staples and pulling out the rest of the tack strip out of all the rooms in the hallway. Obviously this room is kind of cleaned up. We wrapped that window over there because we're gonna texture these two walls here real quick. And then let's look down here. We started painting the hallway a little bit. I was doing that while we had some downtime. So pretty much just doing all the edging around the hallway. And then I got to about over here. And then while I was doing that, again, Chantel's been pulling all this tack strip and getting this room ready to go and cleaned up. That patch up there isn't finished up yet, so we'll have to put one more coat on there before we can texture it. So we're just gonna figure that out later, but we wanna get the majority of this stuff done. So we're gonna texture this wall first, and then we're gonna move in here, texture this wall here. Hopefully there's no big issues. And then while that's drying for a little bit, we're gonna try to, I think, paint the hallway. And then you said you had some like cleanup stuff you were gonna work on, right?
Yep, I continue on with the staples.
Yeah, almost done. So that's pretty much what we're gonna do now. We're running a little bit short on time. So rather than tape off the walls like we did before, we're gonna take a gamble. And we bought like a big paint shield. So I'm gonna try to texture the walls, and Chantel's gonna help me with the shield, and we're gonna see if we can just do things that way just to kind of get the texture figured out tonight. Then, like I said, we'll finish painting the hallway and doing some other odds and ends while it dries for a little bit, and then we'll knock down the texture and probably call it a night. So
till tomorrow.
Well,
update you guys on how it went.
Well, we're gonna do this part and then show them that part. So that's pretty much gonna wrap it up for this video. I think last night we got the rest of this texture knocked out. So in the next video, we'll probably work on finishing things up. We have like one more day left before the carpet. So maybe in that next video, we can just wrap up the rest of this stuff upstairs, do one big cleanup, and then finish our painting, I guess. And hopefully by tomorrow, we're ready to go. If you guys enjoyed the video, we'd really appreciate it if you give us a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe and keep following along, see more stuff that we get into.
Till next time.
I guess we'll see you in the next one.